Hey everybody, it is October 21st, and I want to go over just two brief things really quickly. First, I'm sure you all are aware that we have blown up about 7 different boats that say are drug or cartel linked boats. And instead of going in and arresting them and bringing them to trial, we have decided that we are just going to be judge, jury, and executioner, and we are going to blow up the boats and kill the people. Well, on the one submersible, 2 people survived, a Colombian and an Ecuadorian. Instead of bringing them back into the United States to be tried, because that would require the United States to present evidence, and I have a feeling the prosecutor would walk in and say their evidence is, I don't know. Um, they decided to return them to Ecuador and to Colombia. So the one that was returned to Ecuador has already been released because, of course, the Ecuador government says they don't have any evidence to support charging him with anything. Now, granted, Ecuador could be not honest, but then, of course, that means so could the United States. Uh, so instead of arresting people like we've done for years, bringing them to trial, presenting evidence, we decided to just start killing people that our administration proclaims are drug dealers, bad dudes. What was it? Bad hombres. There you go. But sent back to Ecuador, and he's already released. So if he was a drug dealer, if he was this cartel member or a gang member, he's back at it already. Okay, and then the next thing would be Argentinian beef. On Air Force One, Donald Trump was asked a question by a reporter, and he immediately did his thing. You know nothing, and he starts pointing down and acting like he's smart and she's dumb. You don't understand. You don't know anything. The people of Argentina are good people and they need help. Yet we've got a lot of good people in the United States, whether they're farmers in Nebraska or whether they are citizens in Chicago or New Orleans that need help. A lot of people need assistance to pay for their health care. And you don't have a problem with cutting them off and not providing money to them. But of course, eventually, like everything with Donald Trump, he gets around to the truth of the matter and he says that, of course, he's good friends with Javier Milei, the Argentinian president, and he wants to see him succeed at all costs. That would be your taxpayer dollars that he is referring to when he says at all cost. Because we've already bought $20 billion worth of Argentinian pesos, which you might as well have bought $20 billion worth of toilet paper because at least the toilet paper would be useful. Then arranged for $20 billion in loans that most likely, when the details get worked out, you as a taxpayer will be the one guaranteeing. And now we're buying Argentinian beef so they can compete with our American farmers. Now, I know as a customer, you're probably thinking, well, we need to get beef prices lower. I understand that. That is a reasonable thing to think. But of course, bringing in some Argentinian beef is going to just create more problems. Argentinian beef has several diseases that will, if brought into the United States, will create more havoc on our beef industry. Uh, the amount that he is talking about will not significantly adjust the price. So it's kind of worthless. But it will be your dollars spent to do that. And I think most Americans would rather see, again, a farm subsidy or a subsidy for health care to an American citizen and not worry about bailing out Argentina because the president of Argentina is Donald Trump's friend and he is doing what Donald Trump wants to create a government that right now is on the brink of collapse because it's failing. Argentina doesn't have the ability to buffer themselves the way we do in the United States because Donald Trump is bailing Argentina out for doing some of the same things that Donald Trump is doing. But we, the American taxpayers, can bail us out, and now apparently we have to bail out Argentina. So, it's a good day. Uh, Pretty nice day out here in the Midwest. So, you all have yourselves a wonderful day, and just, think about what's going on and the difference between you know nothing and what you actually do know. All right, thanks.